excited to introduce our next leader and speaker. And I'm dropping here. I like to read this quote because she absolutely emulates what leadership is. The price of leadership is responsibility, by Winston Churchill. And I will tell you, this leader really has stepped up and put herself in the limelight of, she brought Big Al Tuesday to our Coeur d'Alene area. And I will tell you, I've heard nothing but fabulous results of that speaker opportunity. So thank you, Miss Gina. I want to tell you about her, first of all. She is married to a wonderful person, Scott, and together they are absolutely building a fearless team and a very successful team. They have many gifts, but I will tell you, she really owns the organizational, the promotional, and her every being knows what social media and what the latest and greatest is about in regards to how do you effectively communicate with social media. So it absolutely is my honor today to bring to the stage and be able to share her gifts and learn and grow. Please welcome to the stage, Miss Gina Mote.
Shake it up there. Okay, all right, and it's up and ready. Yay! All right, so we all know that everybody knows that we need to add a little social media into our Surgenics businesses, right? I'd love to have a show of hands, because I did this the first time, and I've only actually trained social media one other time in Spokane, and it's been quite a few years. By a show of hands, how many of you are not on Facebook? One? Okay, the first time I asked that question, how many people were on Facebook, we had maybe a tenth of the room. So one. That's exciting. That's really exciting to me. I discovered Facebook sort of accidentally. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes, but sort of accidentally. So it's exciting to me that it has really taken the exact, image that I had of it, is where everybody's taken it. So it's very exciting. So today I'm going to show you a presentation that I actually built for a cruise that we go on every year with a group from Isogenics. It's super fun. Dr. Colgan has now joined our group, so it was a great, great addition last year, and he's going again this year. You guys all need to go on this cruise. But this is going to be fast-paced and fun, so I hope you all are able to follow on. But before I begin, is it okay with you all that I share our Isogenics journey? Okay, because I don't know that you all know where Scott and I came from. But it was April 11th of 2006 that I actually physically enrolled in Isogenics with Carol Waldenberg. And the interesting thing about that is in 2006, most people weren't looking for cleanses, but I was. I was already open to that. A good friend of ours had told me that a cleanse is what my body needed. You see, I had a body that wasn't working at all. I was about to turn 40, right about this time of the year, and I would sit in my closet and cry my eyes out because my body was not working and my quality of life was just not there. Wonderful husband and 4 amazing kids, but I wasn't enjoying that because I was hurting and suffering. And I know a lot of you have been there, and you guys, so many of your friends are there now. But 9 years ago, I was begging to God for a way out or to get better. And he saw the wisdom and something in me to allow me to get better. And I don't take that for granted a single day. And that's why I do what I do. So thank you to Carol for being the vehicle at the time that I was looking, because my bargain with God was that if I wasn't healed by 45, I was checking out. I'm turning 49 next month. So, did I knock me out with my glass? Oh. Okay. All right, I'm good. So here's a little bit of our journey since Isogenics. This is Scott and I now. 29 years and 1 month ago, that was us. And we were looking pretty happy and healthy. And that's 9 years later. We were very happy and healthily chubbly. That was right prior to moving to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We were living a great life, 3 kids at the time. Scott doesn't think he ever had a weight loss need. You guys, anybody want to argue with that with me? I love his. This was me actually 1 month after Carol shared Isogenics with me. This was Mother's Day. This is our middle son, Aaron. And I had already deflated my belly by 16 pounds at that point. So I don't really have a before picture. Scott will tell you he wasn't overly supportive of me beginning the program, so no before picture, but that's as best I could do. Carol did introduce me to the 30-day program. Thank the Lord. This was brand spanking new when I started Isogenics. I was one of the first people that Carol actually enrolled with a 30-day system. So that is where I began. I did drop 35 pounds and 4 dress sizes in 3 months. This is built in January, so we're going on 8.5 years now. But the best thing, you guys, is I gained a life back. I gained health, I gained energy. My claim to fame now is we just babysat our grandchildren, and they took naps, and I didn't. So isn't that great? So that's us now. That was the cruise that we just enjoyed with our baby girl. And definitely we wear our after pictures all the time. So, whoops, am I here? Okay. So success with social media, sowing the seeds. You guys, I am a gardener. I love garden analogies. It's been a few years since we actually owned a house and had a garden. So this year I got to go back to those roots. And I love sticking my hands in the dirt and everything else, but it goes right along with social media. So sowing the seeds. You know, we all know what social media is now. It's exchanging ideas and whatnot. We're all on the internet, so we kind of know what we're doing there. But where are you planting your seeds? There are so many different pieces of social media. Who is on more than just Facebook? Okay, so we have some hands here. So I'm going to talk about a few of them today because we've actually had some folks that are jumping into maybe 5, 10, 15 different social media platforms. And, you know, trying to stay up and current with all of them, it's just so very difficult. So I'm going to talk about some of my favorite today and what you need to do to plant those seeds. So first of all, you want to plant in a couple of big solid places that everybody else is at. And Facebook is definitely it. Love it, hate it, I don't care. That's where your friends and neighbors are. That's where your family is. That's where your people from high school are. They're all on Facebook. And again, these numbers go back to the cruise that we took the end of January. So we'll get to the numbers. They've just escalated from there. But Facebook, as we all know, it's a marketplace. We can create groups, events, pages. It's amazing what we can do on there, and it's changed so much from when I first got on in 2008. So over 800 million users, and this again was January, and I know it's, you know, bazooka after that. I mean, it's just going up and up and up every single day. 250 million photos a day. You guys, we are so captivated by photos that, you know, you want to get those up there, but 250 million photos a day are added new onto Facebook. More than 35% are in North America. And you guys, this is free advertising. Why would you not use it? 35% in North America. What about New Zealand and Australia and Hong Kong and China and all the other marketplaces Isogenics is at? They're on there too. Okay, Pinterest. Is anybody here using Pinterest? Oh, look at all the hands. Last time I asked, it was really low. Any men on Pinterest? There you go. And I know Dr. Colgan is. Yes, definitely. You have an account. Good. Everybody follow John. Pinterest is great. There's definitely ways that you can get people looking back at you too. So, and I like to interweave a bunch of our different pieces. But Pinterest, it's an online pin board, you guys. And so you create little boards. And for those of you guys that don't use it yet, it was created originally for like the gal who was like in a redecorator house, and so she would like bedrooms and put all these different pins from all these different companies, like I like that bedspread, I like that paint, I like, maybe that furniture, and she'd make a board, bedroom, and all these things. But it's so developed way, 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 way beyond that. So much fun. And this is so what I love about this, what I absolutely love, 68% of the pinners are women, but the number one reposted is for garlic cheese bread. So it shows you all, we are just captivated by food, right? And so I do post a lot of very healthy pieces. I actually have my own website, GinaMote.com, where I put my own original recipes. I put them on Pinterest, and they're repenned. I've got one that's been repenned like 975 times. So I'm going to compete with garlic cheese bread. And these are just some examples, little examples of what a pin board looks like. If you guys don't know, this happens to be one of mine. I mean, I've got, I think, 110 different boards, which is more than most do. But I kind of go through a very broad, everything that I really love. And that's what you want to do, is you want to connect with people with things that you really like, and people find me and start following me for different reasons. So there we go. And you'll see Dr. Colgan up here. Oh, we're going to go back up here. Dr. Colgan up here, that's somebody had repenned that from something else. And I have a kind of a health and wellness area on my Pinterest board, and those are just some ideas of some things that I have up there. But this will actually go back to Dr. Colgan's site. So if you click on here, it kind of goes there and there and there. You want to watch some of these things that they're not going to somebody you're competing with's website. But this is great because he's company, so that's fantastic to have him on there. All right, who knows what this is? Yeah, Instagram. Instagram is huge with the start people. So if you're in Start, you're probably using Instagram. Anybody using Instagram? Okay, Instagram is the real up and coming. We have one little gal that just started with us a couple of months ago, and she's kind of a little homegrown celebrity in Coeur d'Alene. And she did this program. Anybody hear of Whole30? It's where you're just eating really whole foods and whatnot. She became a celebrity by posting pictures of her food, and she got put into one of Instagram's daily posts. Well, all of a sudden, overnight, she got 12,000 new followers on Instagram. So when she started Isogenics with me again, because she did it years ago, had a couple babies, and now she, did Whole30 for 2 months and didn't get to where she wanted, went, why am I just not doing Isogenics and eating this great healthy lifestyle? So she did, and she put a post up about Isogenics, and she says, if you want information, just email me. 500 emails within 24 hours. And then she's calling me, Gina, I don't know what to do with 500 emails. Like, why don't you have their phone numbers? But at any rate, Instagram can be very, 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 very powerful if you're using it correctly. Instagram is an online photo sharing. So you can't just put a post up. It has got to be a photo. It has got to be a video, one of the two. Video is now so easy to post on Instagram. It used to be a lot more difficult. The last few weeks, they've actually made a lot of improvements and everything. So it's really, really fun to post up videos and photos on that. But that's what people are going to be connected with. And I've been told that age group, 18 to 35, they're kind of going away from Facebook, and this is what they love because there's absolutely no advertising on it at all. So some fun things, 40 million photos are uploaded every single day. Again, this goes back to January. 1,000 comments per second on Instagram, so it goes really, really, really fast. Here's some really fun just pins on Instagram. This is our very own Lori Kelly, which, Scott, look at this. She's wearing that jacket that if anyone has seen this on my Facebook page this week, that jacket is now swimming. Lori just entered the 200-pound club. Yeah, she was here for our Tuesday event, but she's now living in Denver, Colorado. But that jacket fit her last year when this was taken. So very cool. Twitter. Anybody on Twitter? Twitter is where I started. Prior to Facebook, I was a tweeter on Twitter. And I met some folks that said, hey, you need to go over and try Facebook. So I did. And to me, Twitter is still one that you need to be posting on pretty regularly. And I'll show you. Twitter is one that in the past, we didn't see pictures on Twitter. Okay, yeah, you had a little link that you have to click on in order to get to the picture, because they're very limited in the amount of verbiage that you can use. But ta-da, new piece of Twitter. Now the pictures are showing right up on there. So everything is evolving, but it's really fun to see that. 500 million registered users in 2012, 340 million tweets per day. Celebrities use Twitter all day long, and so everybody likes to quote what this celebrity and that celebrity had to say. The service also handles 1.6 billion searches per day. And so if, say, somebody is looking for weight loss or cleanse or whatever, you think they might be going to Twitter? Twitter's like right up there with Google, you guys, when people are looking for that kind of thing. And Twitter is now one of the 10 most viewed websites, and that is worldwide. So that is kind of why you need to go to Twitter. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about actually gardening now with the pieces. The 4 that I mentioned, those are the 4 that I primarily use. There's some others that I play with, but those are the 4 that I really suggest everybody be on, because, again, that is where the masses are. So you want to prepare the soil, and you're going to do that by getting it ready. You got to prepare your soil. Who are you? What is your message? Who is your target audience? Very important that you know these things before you're just running out there and putting posts everywhere, okay? So kind of narrow that down to who you are, who your likes are and whatnot. You need to have a picture of you. Anybody up here not have a picture of themselves? A kitty, a cartoon, a cute puppy, their grandbaby? No. Has to be you. People want to do business with you. They want to know who you look like. So my picture stays up there. Of course, we're all aging and whatnot, so eventually I'll change it. But it's only a couple years old, so that's fine for now. But you know what? This is what I'm looking for. Health, family, time, freedom. That is my message. Health-minded people looking for what I have. Okay, Scott and I do a lot with vacation. I love vacation. Time, owning your time, family, that kind of thing. So you have to water your garden daily, right? I love our new garden, you guys. It's so awesome. Our garden is actually connected to a drip system. Scott and I travel a lot. We go out of town 2, 3, 4 times, or 2, 3, 4 days at a time, come back and whatnot. The garden will be okay. I don't have to pick the produce every day, but if it doesn't get watered every day, what's going to happen? It's going to die. Maybe the produce won't be, your tomatoes won't be as juicy, that kind of thing. So you absolutely have to water absolutely every day. Same thing with social media. And this is why I suggest that you don't go out there and jump into 8, 10, 12 different pieces, because you really do have to every single day. Every day, you got to water that garden, constant action. And then you got to expose when you're gardening, you need the sun. This year we had the most amazing sun. And so with that sun, my garden exploded. The same thing with your social media. You've got to be positive, lots and lots and lots of sunshine on it. And I'll tell you what, like today, I posted this. Again, this was, the January time frame. And this is something I posted up. And I had like 250 likes. And that's what you're looking for. You want people to like it, okay? And I always talk about it. It tests the temperature of your Facebook. Have you ever wondered if anybody is reading what you put up? You're like, I keep posting, but I don't know if anybody's reading. Post something that you really think of at the heart and whatnot. And this, I had 250 people like it. Like, okay, yeah, temperature's good. So really sunshine, lots of sunshine. I love funny things. So this is something, I put up something like this, once or twice a week. And again, isn't that good? This is good advice. This comes from my culinary love. So this is super good advice, wine pairing. Something else that got, I'm not kidding, that one, the wine one, it got maybe, I think around 300 shares. It was ridiculous. So this, again, another one that just got hundreds and hundreds of likes. It got so many comments and whatnot by the time it was all done. So that's sunshine. Have you ever seen those negative, you don't want to do that. Post a baby and I'll tell you what, crazy, 223 likes. Again, this was just within a few hours' time. Crazy. That's our grandson, our newest one. He's a year old now. But yeah, so lots and lots of sunshine. Because, if you've ever gone onto your friends' Facebook pages and they're complaining about the spouse, they're complaining about the kids, they're complaining about the job and whatnot. I mean, what better person to get into your isogenics business than somebody with problems? It's great because they've got problems, we've got solutions, right? So that's awesome, but you don't want to be the person posting about your problems. You want to have lots of sunshine. What I really, really am discouraged about when I look at so many people's Facebook is they're on and on and on about isogenics. Whether they're saying isogenics or whether they're talking about their health and wellness or the money opportunity or something like that. It's like 80 to 90%, that's all they talk about. I'm like, well, who are you? Who's your family? What do you like to do? You're not seeing any of that, you guys. It's just like this online ad, and that's it. People want to know who you are. So when we want to hit with our strong message every once in a while, that's when we fertilize the garden. That's when we pour it on. That's when we really go out there. So your strong message would look like something like this. This kind of thing I post every once in a while. That is my before, and it was my current after in 2012. But I'll do my current because we're always changing. But thanks to isogenics, we change for the better, right? So this, again, 131 likes. And that's because I don't post this every single day. This is these kinds of things are less often for me. 129 shares. I want to draw your attention to that because how many of you have ever got 129 shares off of a before and after picture that you posted? Okay, when you do it right, your audience connects with you, with your heart to heart, your face to face, your heart to heart. They're going to share, they're going to like, and they're going to comment. They're going to call you, and they're going to sign up. Again, this is our strong message. My strong message is bringing families home. Okay, I've been very blessed that Scott has allowed me the last 27 years to work from home, doing my own little arts and crafty thing forever and ever, and then bring isogenics into it 8.5 years ago. But that's our strong message. I believe that everybody should be able to work from home if they want to. In the early 1900s, 90% of America was home-based. And now, the workforce, 90% is outside of the home. We want to bring that back to the people that want it. Not everybody wants to be home. Found that out. But this was, just, again, our barefoot cruise. We love it. This was us, we're on vacation, and my message there was, did I mention the tax write-offs? Well, from this, I can't tell you how many enrollments I had. I cannot recall, but there were, again, dozens and dozens and dozens of comments, of messages. And again, that's because I don't constantly post about my opportunity. Again, it's less often, so this is where I get such a huge following. I should mention that Scott and I, over the last 8.5 years, we've enrolled personally well over 600 people personally, but out of that, about 80% comes from social media every year. And they're coming to us, primarily. So you got your little sprouts growing. First thing you want to do is when you get a little sprout growing, you get them on the telephone. Somebody's posting on your Facebook, somebody's sending you a message, you get them on the phone ASAP. There is times that some people are just so anti-phone, and you can talk to them a little bit, live chat. But you do get them on the phone ASAP. Love it. Jay Bennett all the way, 3-step system. You connect, you make that appointment, and you follow up. We teach that all day long. If you guys are not familiar with this, on your order form there for Sound Concepts, please order Jay Bennett's system. I cannot stress enough how this will help you, whether social media or in person. Of course, he does it in person. We added the piece of social media to this. It's beautiful. We do this all day long. Right, Scott? About all over 600 people. This is how we've done it with every one of them. We connect, the appointment, and the follow-up. You have to be duplicating all the time. That's what does it. So your garden starts growing. You got all kinds of nice little plants going. So what you want to do is you want to start a group page with, especially on Facebook, you want to put that group together. And this is Marna, who's not here today, but your group all connects. They all get going together. Is everybody here in a group for Isogenics that's doing Facebook? Everybody on the group? There's so many things that people ask me, what should I do with a group? The first thing is, your new people are going to be really excited. If they're network savvy and whatnot, they're going to want to build their own group. And I highly discourage that in the beginning, because the synergy that you get from your sponsors group or from your upline group is going to be so much stronger than you can duplicate with 3 people, with 10 people. Even if you have 100 people, how often are those 100 people going to be on Facebook? Our group has about 2,000 people, so there's a lot of support, a lot of coming alongside and everything all the time. But I really can't stress that enough. The new person, like we've got some amazing coaches in our group, and they do have their own Facebook page, which is fantastic because they're giving their people very specific direction, and this is how I'm coaching and stuff. So it's fine to have that secondary, but also have them be part of the bigger family. Your bigger private group where the whole team is getting together, because then when they come to events like this, they'll notice from across the room, oh my gosh, look, Frances came all the way from Montana. Isn't that awesome? And, she might not know Trudy, but Trudy's here in our group. And then we got Angela, we got Trisha, Rachel. We got so many people in the group. Like, everybody I've seen you on Facebook. I never met you before. But you guys, like Frances might have a new cleanser that she'll have put in the group, and that cleanser has questions, and Frances can't answer because she's sitting here. And somebody else in our group will come along and say, hey, I can help you. Marna was here welcoming somebody to the group, and oh my goodness gracious, all the welcome. So in the very beginning, he's already feeling really, really supported. And this is we have a team call every week. So another piece that I put up in the group is, about our team calls, just just sharing information. Lori's one, like I said, she's a 200-pound club now. But she posted New Year's kickoff. She posted the new packaging, which that is not the new packaging now. We've gotten even newer new packaging coming out. And then here's Laura puts up, anyone doing a cleanse today? And everyone's like, yeah, let's do a cleanse. So all that kind of thing in your group. You've got your group growing, and they're steady, and they're wonderful, beautiful foliage here. Look at that. I don't even know what they're growing. Anyone know what that is? Some kind of beans, hopefully not soybeans, but if they are, hopefully they're organic, right? So you got them all going, and now we need to duplicate. So it's time to reseed, okay? And I know I'm going really fast here, you guys, and we have some amazing speakers and everything, so we get everybody in. But when you reseed, it's really, really important that you're showing the same love and the same connection with your people's people and your people's people's people, and you're teaching that duplication, which Isogenics has done so beautifully. Everybody sees this. I don't care if they intend to come in doing the business or if they don't. What we tell them is, I know that you just want to be a product user, but I am obligated to show you this piece because there is some amazing incentives here that will expire in 30 days. So I just want to get it off my conscience that I showed you. If you don't want to do anything with it, that's up to you. But it is my responsibility to show you this. That's all you need to do, you guys. And then that brings us right back to Facebook. We bring them on there and we teach them. And that is perhaps your biggest responsibility, is to make sure that your new little seedlings are doing it correctly. And what I mean by that, again, they're not doing the 80-20, I'm posting all about Isogenics. Isogenics now has an isogenicsbusiness.com really great verbiage that somebody can just copy and paste and fill their name in when they're starting the Isogenics program. The one thing that I add to that is I tell them, partner with the people in our group and ask them to come along and support you when you make those posts. Way to go. I'm glad you got on the product. I'm glad you joined us. That kind of thing. Integrity all the way. You never want to embellish if you don't know that person. You don't come along and say, hey, they're a great coach. You should do it with, if you don't know them. If you know them, then that's great and fine. But keep that integrity. Always keep that integrity. And then, again, you're going to go to Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it may be. But you definitely partner with them all the way. You do that with your new seedlings. They're going to duplicate, and pretty soon you're going to have a huge, huge, beautiful garden all on social media. And that's it. 30 minutes. Did you want me to take any questions or? Okay, and I'm bringing Carol, or am I bringing? Okay, and this is the woman that I have to tell you the story of how Carol came into my life because it was very interesting. I belonged to a group in Coeur d'Alene called Women in Business, and at that time I owned a scrapbook store. Anybody scrapbook? Oh, there's a couple. Yeah, I owned a scrapbook store. I've gone digital now. It's so much fun. And at that time, we had about 70 women in there. I was on the board, and this person wanted to come in selling this product that nobody could pronounce. This is pre-Facebook, pre-social media. What was the kids doing back then? It wasn't Twitter. What was that? MySpace. Yeah, gross all the way. At any rate, it was weird. I actually told my kids that I had made up a dummy account, and they were all my friends on MySpace. And I saw everything they were doing. They were like, "Oh, you did not, Mom?" And I said, "Yes, I am." I did not. I so lied to them. But at any rate, that was really fun. But I belonged to the board, and when Carol came, Isogenic, like, what is that? She had the flyer of Peter on all of our tables. And if anybody ever seen Peter Ullman with a big belly, and then, a month later, it's all flat. And I took a look at that, and I had weight to lose, but my issue, again, it was wellness. And Carol got up for 3 minutes, because that's all we were allowed to speak, and being new, she got the spotlight that week. I don't even know what on earth she said. I saw that picture. She had a presence, and I just said, you know what, I need to talk to her after today. At the same time, that day, there was a woman selling a different product that only has, at that point, it was only a fruit product that you mix and drink. And my girlfriend went with that company. I went with Isogenics. And so I was really grateful because had Carol not been there, I probably would have tried that. Isogenics is our 7th network marketing company for products. The previous 6, nobody ever showed me the business. They didn't even bring it up. Can you believe that? Dumb. Because when Scott and I were shown the business end of it, it was really, really, really fun. But really quickly then, and Carol's coming up to stage. So when I started this, Carol, one of the things that she said when I was looking at the different programs, and she said, well, you could earn money doing this. And I right away said, oh, no, I'm busy. I'm absolutely busy. I have my own business. My husband has a business. I have 4 kids, and I'm not well. I don't have any time. Well, have some great results, right? Carol was at that time running meetings at Starbucks, running around having groups of ladies meet at Starbucks. And coffee was one of the things I gave up. having blood sugar issues as one of my many issues, I gave up coffee, I couldn't have caffeine, highly allergic, but I was addicted to the sugar. So I had given that up. And having given that up, Starbucks was the last place I was going to go to. So mysteriously, my sister ended up in my downline. And when she ended up in my downline, first of all, I didn't even know. Carol called me and said, "You've got somebody on your inside," like, what, leg, and how did she get there? And I don't know. And then I get panicked. Did my sister break into my account and use my credit card? That's what I thought. She called Isogenics and got in the right place. But Carol told me that she and Joni were doing these Starbucks things and they wanted to stop by my house. I'm like, oh great, now what, am I in trouble or what? But they came into my house. My scrapbook store was home-based, but it was my creation. Joni, very busy, lots of people there that day, but Joni sat me down, showed me the computer. And this is where that saying comes from. You have a right and a left leg. Joni showed me that, my sister was on one leg, my other leg was bleeding. At that time, you guys, that Scott and I came in, until you plugged them up with a right and a left, you didn't bank BV. You guys are so lucky, you have no idea. But that's where that saying came from, is you have to open up your doors for business. We had customers. There was like 33 people on one leg, so there was customers in line, but my doors were locked. So I opened my doors. So thank you, Joni, and thank you, Carol. Y'all ready? Big round of applause for Gina Mote. This is absolutely our future and how social media is going to take us to the next level. I will tell you, she's an incredible teacher, and she will answer question after question after question for those of us who are a little bit slow. So thank you, Gina.